Okay, ebusuan be makwa abashon so edeba POG Media so. Yede meko political highway ni so highway ni de. Ensem bebre wo so ayen so ya jepene. Se be me abidwafo no ahudie eko ene de eba ebusuan ma yembonra yen nsem ni mu no. Eye good news aba eye NDC amanyoko no afa eye Electoral akurubu ono sisi ano declaration ne de declare say ono ene say ware ne abana NDC fo ekura hot evidence evidence bibia che no kura trodo say omo nkonko ye re-election bia na bibia che say omo are ne abana abusuan sisi aye declare Electoral akurugu say ono ena are ne sa sit na abusuan good news no ahete eye NDC amanyuko nafa eye lawyer edozi temakulu ede ensem bi aba betodwa afa ho aye ensem momre no ye be pese be me abidwafo no be me akọ na yakwa koti ensema ekos na answer na ebekọ no owo ensem kan bi afahye ye comment section like na share ma afofo so answer into me enka bi aha eye POG Media so madam ase
off with the parliamentary conversation because it's been brewing for quite a while, disputed seats in relation to the outcome of the general election, amongst many other things. Let's try and talk you through it, because the opposition NDC says it will resist the EC's move to rerun elections at one polling station in the Kwabenya constituency. This comes barely 24 hours to the party mounting a strong challenge in respect of 4 other constituencies originally declared in their favor. We'll hear from the party shortly, but let's first walk you through constituencies thus far and what the situation is in relation to them. Let's try and do that for you right now this afternoon in relation to the 4 outstanding constituencies and what the situation is at this particular point in time. Well, starting with Okaikwe Central, and you know that story already. The NDC candidate there, Baba Sadiq, was declared winner after the December 7 general election. The Electoral Commission set aside that declaration, making the argument that it was illegal or that the declaration did not follow laid down processes as captured in CI 127. Now, the court was ordered, after the NPP filed a mandamus application, the court ordered the High Court in respect of that matter, ordered the Electoral Commission to complete that process. The EC recollated the constituency results and declared Patrick Yalbuama as the winner of the Okaikwe Central seat. The NDC, displeased, went to the Supreme Court and had the court set aside the High Court's order, which allowed the Electoral Commission recollate the constituency results for Okaikwe Central, and ordering a recollation, eventually quashing what happened in Okaikwe Central. And so that's the situation with respect to Okaikwe Central. Let's take you to Ablekuma North as well right now, because the NDC candidate there as well, Irabna Obin, was declared winner. The Electoral Commission said they had set aside that declaration. A court ordered the Electoral Commission to complete the process. The EC could not complete the process. In fact, they attempted completing the process, but they could not because the pink sheets were destroyed. And both the NPP, the NDC, all do not have the set pink sheets. And so they've not been able to finish the recollation process and redeclare a winner for Ablekuma North. But we know that the Supreme Court has set aside that High Court order which allowed the Electoral Commission to be able to recollate the election results in that particular constituency. Take you to Kwabenya as well. That particular constituency as well, the NDC candidate for was declared winner. The Electoral Commission set aside a declaration insisting that it was done illegally or did not follow laid down procedures. The Electoral Commission cancelled the result at one polling station and has announced, amongst many others, that they will be seeking to rerun the election at Abokobi Women's Development Center 2. That's the polling station in question. They will seek to rerun the elections in that particular constituency. And then the last of which is Techiman South. The coalition was scuttled at the constituency level. The EC subsequently declared the NPP candidate winner, who is the local government minister, he was declared winner. The Supreme Court had set aside that particular declaration, and so it is back to as it were with respect to that particular constituency. And then we know that based off on the Supreme Court's ruling last week, Friday, they've asked the High Court to hear and decide whether the Electoral Commission should be ordered to undertake recollation and redeclaration. Well, the NDC's Director of Legal Affairs, Godwin Eduji Tamaklo, has been speaking in respect of the rerun at the Kwabenya constituency, making the argument that they will not allow the Electoral Commission proceed.
If you permit the Electoral Commission to sit in Accra and just overturn results in what they claim to be, like, according to them, either you use wrong pinches or whatever, there's a potent danger. The 2013 election petition, the Supreme Court, in fact, the then candidate Akuffo Addo wanted the Supreme Court to invalidate the presidential election result and affected polling stations on grounds that presiding officers did not sign. And he makes the point that the constitutional imperative is shall in the Constitution, that the presiding officer shall, and that failure should result the invalidation of the Supreme Court says no. It is not, you know, like a binary conversation. It's about the votes of people. It's about their mandate. And so you need to be extremely careful in taking a decision to annul or to invalidate the results.
So what's the next step for the NDC with regards to that planned attempt for a rerun by the Electoral Commission?
Obviously, the whole claim to rerun has no constitutional basis, because Regulation 39 up to Regulation 40 of CI 127 provides the mechanism. Look, if the Electoral Commission even wants to be fair, the ballot box is there. Is it not there? You can say that, okay, let's agree to open it. Open it. And you open it in such a way that you can do the whatever it is and assess whether when on the face of your pink, what do we call it, the pink sheet, the NDC obtained 200 and something, is it in accordance with what is in the ballot box? Right. There are a lot of mechanisms to resolve this problem than calling for a rerun. And you see, the danger is that if you permit this thing to go on, mischievous presiding officers can use this thing to undermine the electoral process. And that is why you don't do that. We should not permit the Electoral Commission or encourage them to do that. Look, I have always said, whatever we do today will be used against us tomorrow. And so we need to be very careful. At this rate, I can see deliberate incompetence on the part of the Electoral Commission. And it worries me a lot. It worries me.
So for now, what is the advice from the Director of Legal to the party?
No, we are not going to permit any rerun. Look, that Abokobi Center is our stronghold. Even the pink sheet.
When you say you're not going to allow a rerun, what do you intend to do? Because the commission...
I am keeping our strategies to ourselves, but we will not permit it. That I can trust you.
So, looking ahead to tomorrow as well, and that hearing of the mandamus application, the Supreme Court says you should be given a hearing. Based on the Supreme Court's decision, one would have even argued that when this recoalition attempt was tried on Saturday again, the NDC should not have been there, because Kwabenya is one of the many constituencies which have been affected by that Supreme Court ruling, and the hearing will be expected.
I think that maybe we may have to put it in context. You see, there were 6 mandamus applications. There was no reference to Kwabenya. There was no reference in the mandamus application to Obuasi East. But you see, immediately the Electoral Ablekuma North and Co. Techiman South, you know what they did? They quickly, behind the scene, included Obuasi East and proceeded to invalidate the previous declaration that was done and now claim that there is a purported new declaration. I mean, why would the Electoral Commission be conducting its affairs in that manner? It is worrying. As for what will happen tomorrow in court, I do not, because I'm lawyer on record, I do not want to have any conversation. But I just want to bring you up to speed with how the Electoral Commission unjustifiably included Obuasi East into the conversation when there was no court order in relation to that. It's problematic.
For those which have been subsequently upheld by the Supreme Court, we're talking of...
The two upheld in Sawam.
Sawam and then Ahafo North.
Yes, and Ahafo North. We will know how to deal with it. Then the four, they said we should file our responses, which we will do. Then Obuasi has already been declared and a winner pronounced.
Now to Parliament, because the Speaker, Alban Bagwin, said
there have been chaos, like I said myself.
You witnessed one.
In Sawam, Addo. So the EC, as in the issue of whether or not the EC is at fault, I think it's, for me, it's settled. The EC is seriously at fault. And I agree with my brother here when he said, in fact, they are deliberately being incompetent. And it adds fuel to already the perception that they were deliberately placed there for a certain agenda. And that's why I'm saying that, as in, Roland, you yourself, did you not raise issues? And have you not heard that people had a perception that certain members appointed onto the AC belong to a political party? You see,
it has always been the argument. NDC will bring this is when you do the appeal. That's not. It doesn't bring the argument to No, but it has always been so. We are on record to have said the NDC man was on the Electoral Commission computer. I mean IT, whatever. Please, we are on record to have done that. So all these things.
Kamaldeen is just telling Ghanaians that listen to us. We lack integrity. No. He's not lack integrity. That's what he's saying. Listen. Kamaldeen is saying that in time past we accused. I'm coming. Kamaldeen is saying that in time past we accused. Kamaldeen, I don't do my argument this way. You see, I can be disruptive. I don't do my arguments that way.
Okay.
Yeah, you understand? Because I disagree vehemently with everything he said. I kept quiet and listened to him. Yeah, you understand? You see, it is sad when senior members of a huge political party have no qualms sitting on air and say, listen, because in time past we accused NDC or we accused EC, some members of the EC of belonging to the NDC. And so where right now people are accusing members of the current EC, where we have videos, we've heard them, some of them communicating on behalf of the MPP, where we know that some of them were patrons for the MPP. And that's why I keep on using the word perception. Because you see, when it comes to the job of the EC, it's not enough saying that they've done but immediately there's even a perception that they are biased. To keep the sanctity, the integrity of the system we have created, then they shouldn't even be near being on the EC board. Now I'm saying that, listen, with Ghanaians in 1992 took that bold decision of choosing the system of government because we collectively agreed that this is the only way in which we can guarantee the rule of law. You understand? And we understand that unless and until we have a system that can guarantee us the rule of law, then our lives, our properties, our right to pursue our happiness is at peril. So where you are president, who have taken an oath to be faithful to the country, a president who has taken an oath to defend, protect the constitution of this country, then there is a massive obligation on you. And how you use your powers, you have serious consideration to the oath you took. So when the president appointed people who were perceived to be MPP members, he breached that oath to be faithful. And it's a surprise, honestly speaking, that he was not even impeached on that basis. Yes, but I'm saying that, listen, we are looking forward.
The president was not impeached on that basis.
Yes, you see, we are looking forward. We are building a system, and we are looking forward. And I said we should be guided by...
What do you think should be the remedy to that? To perhaps pegging the institution
So we in the great transformational plan, when we've given that plan to His Excellency John Mahama.
Are you presented it to him?
Oh, we presented to consider.
Okay,
in the spirit of patriotism and the spirit of all of us coming together.
What's
as
your
one
suggested
people.
remedy?
Now listen, we amended. So when we said we want the constitution amended, and I think the NDC, John Mahama also, my view, believes in. Now we should look at creating a system where the president does not appoint some of these. Actually, we've had presidents. We've never had a president who, when he became president, failed to realize that, listen, I'm president of Ghana, and that Ghana includes NPP people, that Ghana includes NDC people, that Ghana includes people who are non-partisan. And so when you become president of Ghana...
Are you saying that we had a president who abused his powers?
We had a president who...
I disagree with him here.
Oh, please, let him have his opinion.
No, it's wrong.
No, but that's his opinion.
He's not even a moderator.
Sometimes we don't.
He's not even a moderator. Listen, what I'm saying is that when Addo became president, he failed to realize that he's president over the whole Ghana. That he's not only president over the NPP people or the NDC people. I want you to have a president to have the courage, the cockroach audacity to look into the eyes of the people of this country and tell them, listen, I refused to fulfill my obligation to you because you did not vote for my MP. What really is it telling them? That I don't feel responsible over you because you don't support my party. That's when you become president of Ghana.
You mean the Confi?
Exactly. And he didn't say that just at the Confi. When you go to people who have suffered disaster, and that where you are a right-thinking member of the society, you need to have empathy for them. And you go and tell them, listen, I'm not even supposed to be here. Because I know you don't vote for me. And then he reiterated that at Edgeso. You understand? What I'm saying is that we had a president. We had a president who, when he became president, failed to realize that he's president over Ghana and not president over just MPP. You understand? So listen, let's create a system where, when it comes to the appointment of some of these critical institutions, it's not the president. We have a chamber. We have a separate chamber of people who are non-partisan, where all stakeholders. Because we are talking of a government of national unity. They'll be making those key appointments. Because if you're unfortunate and you have a president like Nana Akufo-Addo, and I pray to God I will never have such a president.
Discussing electoral commission.
Listen.
No, Roland,
you are not moderating this.
Get it right. It's moderating.
Get Kamal to stop this.
We're not discussing Akufo-Addo. I'm not intimidating you. No, lawyer. The matter before us is not about Akufo-Addo.
You said he gave 5 million.
Please let him wrap up. Let him wrap up.
You see, I pray that Ghana, based on what we've learned, the experience we've all gathered, we deliberately ensure that we do not elect a president like Nana Akufo-Addo ever again in the history of this country. But I'm here to say my opinion. I'm coming. You understand? And that one, we never to reiterate.
Even John Dramani Mahama, we have elected him.
I'm coming to reiterate.
Even John Dramani Mahama, we have elected him.
To reiterate my point.
We have elected him again.
To reiterate my point. We all
know what happened.
To reiterate my point. That Ghanaians will never elect somebody like Nana Akufo-Addo again as president, but to ensure and guarantee that we cause an amendment that ensures that in the appointment of people onto institutions that are meant to be neutral, that are meant to be the vanguards of our democracy, those appointments are not done by the president.
Sadly, he's on record. My brother, before he departed from our party, it's on record to have also had qualms with the governance of John Dramani Mahama in his first term. Why? He was a member of the party. He sided with whatever argument we made as a party then. Today, if you sit here and tell me that never again should Ghanaians vote the like of His Excellency Akufo-Addo to power, that is his opinion anyway. But I sat down and I'll sit here to say, you may have your opinion, others watching us have their opinion, I have my opinion. Point is that
the electoral, what should we do with it?
We should talk about the electoral commission. When he was talking about Akufo-Addo, that one you didn't stop him.
Oh no,
I am going. He spoke about Akufo-Addo, and of course I'm responding to him, and I'm saying that President Akufo-Addo, of course, a statesman, he's contributed his part He cannot have it 100%. Members of MPP are on record to have said that we are not happy with his governance. Members of NDC are on record to have said so. Others who are apolitical are on record to have said so. You understand me? But that does not take away the fact that he's contributed immensely to the development of this country as well. So when you sit here and then make a comment like, never again should we elect someone like Akuffo Addo. First of all, he was elected. Secondly, he played to the rules with the laws. My brother goes to court when something is wrong. Nobody stops him. I go to court, same. So I don't know what he did. He didn't come at the point of a gun to say, I am going to rule you. They didn't do that. So where at this point, when you come out to try to chastise somebody baselessly, I don't get it.
But the two of you were in MPP together.
That's what I'm saying. That he's on record
so I don't understand why
to have gone against Mahama. But today he's trying to. I'm not attacking him.
I need to.
I'm not attacking him.
Just a minute.
He's on record to have done that.
You say, for me,
a minute. Wrap up.
For me, having made the point that the conduct of the Electoral Commission smacks of a group of people who are deliberately incompetent. And the reason why they are deliberately incompetent is to achieve a particular outcome. Because you see, under no circumstance, and I repeat, would the Electoral Commission appoint a presiding officer for Abokobi Women Development Center, and then after close of polls, there are a declaration. Now you deliberately use a form that you are not supposed to use, but the party agents, knowing the numbers, signed on to it. On what basis would you reject those numbers? Because remember, the 2013 election petition, the Supreme Court, one of your arguments was that presiding officers have failed to sign, and that all those votes should be invalidated. This one, the presiding officer signed. The two agents had signed. So on what basis would you invalidate the vote and call for a rerun? If you permit that to go on, incompetent presiding officers will now be deciding the sovereignty, and now they will not have the power over you and I. Even when we vote, it will not matter except what they do. And that, I am saying, is danger. We don't want to have a democracy where the people who vote don't matter, but the people who supervise it decide what it is.
Right.
We cannot have it.
Okay.
So the Electoral Commission should move away from this criminal unconstitutional conduct.
1 minute.
Okay, abusunya we ne ensema ekoso our political highway. Good news aba NDC amanyuku na fa ye declare Electoral Akuffo ase ono na arene a enye izikura Michael Kwe Junior na ni bibia we losing hope abusunya we losing hope all because of say NDC for Juma NDC for ekura legit and as a verdict evidence ama NPP ashiki ya bada masese moje pene kokoti sa odiwi edemaye aha POG Media so mera mase